Now, let us have our lesson for today. Okay? It's actually just a review of, I know, uh, concepts that you already know and that you've been doing for uh, as long as you can remember. Okay, I think almost every one of us uh, are using the dictionary. Okay, who among you owns a dictionary? A hard copy of the dictionary, or maybe a dictionary or thesaurus on the cell phone. Okay, I think almost all students have that. Diba? Okay, so I can see those who are raising their hands. Okay, so we have De La Cruz, Panado, Lilex, Edward, okay, also Saklolo. Okay, almost all students have a dictionary. Okay, this is a must for students because we really encounter a lot of difficult words or unfamiliar words, and the only way to find out the meaning of them and to be familiar with them is to use the dictionary. Okay, so again, we're talking about using the dictionary. Okay, so if you are unable to understand, like what I said, okay, a certain word, diba, most of your teachers will tell you to read the sentence again and find clues from the sentence, or what we call context clues. But there are times that we encounter words that even if we read the sentence for like 2 or 3 times, we still cannot understand the meaning through context clues. So that's the time that we get the dictionary and find the meaning of the word. Now, there are a few tips that I will share about um, using the dictionary. Okay, first one, look at the preface and notes in your dictionary. Okay, the preface and the notes in your dictionary will explain to you about what can be found in the dictionary, okay, about the symbols, the various symbols that you will encounter as you open your dictionary, and also abbreviations. Okay, so I have an example here of a preface. Okay, it's important that you read the preface so that you will also know that the dictionary that you're using is the right dictionary that you need. Okay, because there are a lot of dictionaries. There are dictionaries that are like our regular dictionaries. Okay, when you need to find the meaning of an English word, then you just open the dictionary, like the Merriam or the Webster dictionary, um, Merriam or Oxford dictionary. But there are also dictionaries that are only for engineering students. There are dictionaries that are for science. Okay, so where you can find a lot of vocabulary words about science. Okay, so that's why you have to read the preface. Okay, so that you know that you are holding the correct dictionary that you need. Okay, next, do not stop after you have read the first meaning. Okay, if you are given an assignment by your teacher, assignment like look for the meaning of the following words, okay, and use them in a sentence. Okay, so it's important that you read not only the first definition that you see. Okay, there are times that you will, when you look at the dictionary, you will find more than one meaning or one definition. Okay, so it's important that you read so that you would know that the word is appropriate to the sentence that you are writing, or if it's already used in a sentence, um, you would know that you have the correct definition of the word uh, based on how it is used in the sentence. Like for example, here class, the sentence is, okay, can somebody read the sentence? Help me out with this, class. Yes, Pauline.
Germany produced enormous quantities of coal, iron, and steel.
Okay, so the word enormous is highlighted. So meaning your teacher is asking you to find the meaning of this word. Okay, so you now look at the dictionary. Okay, so do you see the definitions, class, of the word enormous? Okay, guys, are you still there? Can I hear you? Your yes? Can I
Yes
hear
po.
your yes? Only Pauline. How about the others? Okay, at least I know you're still there. Okay, so you look for the word enormous and it gave you this page. Okay, so it's an adjective. It's read as enormous. Okay, so enormous. Now you have the meaning here. One, two. So there are more than one meaning. Now, if you are asked to choose which meaning you are going to write, which meaning are you going to write? Okay, that's correct, class. Okay, so we need to choose number one definition, not because it's the first definition, but because it's what fits in the sentence. Okay, the clue word here is quantities. Okay, now let's move to the third tip. If the difficult word has a prefix such as an or miss, you may have to look up the root word. Okay, so this is true. Sometimes you try to look for a word in the dictionary and you cannot find it from there. Have you experienced that? Class, have you experienced that? Looking for a certain word and you cannot find it in the dictionary? Hey, everyone.
Yes po.
Okay, Bernales said yes. Okay, also Raymart. It really happens even with me. I'm trying to look for a word but I cannot find it in the dictionary. Okay, so let's say for example, I tried looking for the word misfortunate. Okay, I cannot find it in the dictionary. Even if I went to my Thesaurus, still I cannot find it. Okay, so if that's the case, class, what you have to do is to look for the root word, for the meaning of the root word. You see, the word misfortunate, the root word of this is fortunate, actually fortune, okay? But you can also find fortunate because you're looking for misfortunate. Okay, now that I have the meaning of fortunate, which is bringing some good thing not foreseen as certain, now I know the meaning of this. Now, how do I get the meaning of misfortunate? All I have to do is combine the meaning of the prefix to the meaning of fortunate. What is the meaning of miss? Just a little review. Maybe you still remember. When you use the word miss as a suffix or as a prefix, sorry. What do you mean by miss? Ah, you forgot already? Miss
Wrong po.
means wrong, that's correct, or not, diba? That's miss, okay? So, when you say fortunate, it's bringing some good thing not foreseen or as certain. So, when you say misfortunate, then it's the opposite. Not bringing some good things not foreseen as certain, okay? So, that's the last tip that I can give to you with regards to the use of dictionary. So I hope you remember all those new. Now, other than those, class, you have to know the different entries in a dictionary. So there are important entry elements in the dictionary. The first one is what we call guide words. Okay, do you know what guide words are? Where can you find this in a dictionary? Would anyone remember or would anyone know? Where are the guide words in the dictionary? Okay, no one knows. So let me share this to you. The words listed in the dictionary are listed in alphabetical order, letter by letter. Okay, pairs of guide words are usually at the top of each set of facing pages. Guide words list and first, last defined word to appear on a page. So using guide words help you quickly locate the word you seek. So for example, class, we are on a page of a dictionary. So on the upper left of the page, you will see the word symbolic, and then on the upper right, you will see the word sympathy. Okay, so they will be found, or they can be found on the upper portion of the page of a dictionary. So these are your guide words. This will tell you if the word that you're looking for can be found on that page of the dictionary. Let's say, for example, class, you're looking for the word symphonic. You're looking for the word symphonic, and your guide words are symbolic and sympathy. Do you think you can find the word on this page? Symbolic is the first word on the page. Sympathy is the last word on the page. Now, the question again, can you find the word symphonic? Okay, now the answer of the class has changed. It becomes no. Why no? Can I hear someone explain? Yes, Edward?
Kasi po ma'am, yung last letter po ng sympathy is A. Sumobra po siya sa H, yung symphony.
Okay, that's correct. Okay, you see SYM, that's really correct because the first word on the page begins with the same letters, first three letters. Now you look for the fourth letter, so you have it in the guide word on the right. Okay, it's our last word, remember? Now the fifth letter is H. You're looking for a word whose fifth letter is H, and the fifth letter of the guide word, the last word on the page, is A, meaning you cannot find the word symphonic on this page, so you have to turn to the next page. That is how you use the guide words, class. Okay, the upper left word, the word that you can find on the upper left portion of the page is the first word, and the word that you can find on the upper right is the last word. Okay, so be guided next time. Okay, now let's go to the next word. We have the main word or word entries. So these are the words that are listed in the dictionary, and they are listed in alphabetical order, letter by letter. Okay, so I have an example here. Okay, so this is an example of a page from the dictionary. So it's alphabetically arranged. Okay, we have meaning, means, missiles, misly. Okay, and then you can find the guide words there, class, on top. Okay, so again, these are the entries in the dictionary. Okay, arranged alphabetically. And as you can see, class, they are bold-faced. Okay, they are darkened so that you can easily find the word that you are looking for. Okay, next, we have the parts of speech. I know you are very familiar with parts of speech. Now, if you're looking for a certain word in the dictionary, you can find not only the meaning of the word, but also to what part of speech does it belong. Okay, and they are abbreviated most of the time, and you can encounter about 9 abbreviations for the parts of speech. So moving on, we have restrictive labels. Okay, so there are a lot of labels that are found in a dictionary. Okay, these labels will tell you, that's why it's called restrictive, meaning there are restrictions as to up to as to on what field you are going to use the word, or to what place or which place are you going to use the word, or where is it applicable, and where when it's not applicable on certain areas, then you cannot use them on those areas. That's why it's called restrictive labels. We have what we call subject labels. Okay, the subject labels, class, are words that have special meanings on certain field. Okay, so you will find these abbreviations for subject labels. You have MUS for music, MED for medicine, zool for zoology, and there are a lot more. Now, one example that I can give you for music is this one, the word sharp. Okay, the word sharp. Okay, I typed it in our chat box. You can find the meaning of this word in the dictionary as an English word. It's something that is associated with knives or uh, sword maybe. Okay, so it has something to do with its blade, okay? Sharp blades. Okay, but in music it has a different meaning. Okay, so um, it's about going a little higher when it comes to notes. When you see a sharp in music, and there is a symbol for sharp there. I typed it in our chat box so that you would know that that symbol is used in music also. So maybe if you're looking for the meaning of the word sharp, you will find that there is a restrictive label that says MUS. Okay, so it's telling you that in music, that word has a special meaning. Do you understand?
Opo.
Okay, thank you for responding. Let's have the second restrictive label. It's called the usage labels. Okay, the usage labels tell you when to use, okay, the a certain word. So there are words that are slang, colloquial, or dialect, meaning they cannot be understood by other people, okay, depending on how you use them in sentences. So that's why we are told that they are slang or that they are colloquial. So these words are words that you cannot use in formal writing. Okay? And then we have the third restrictive label, which is geographic labels. So the geographic labels will tell you to which region of the country the definition applies. Okay, so there are words that are applicable, or the definitions are applicable in New England or in the West or in the South. So they are also written in the dictionary. Okay. Other restrictive labels are the words like archaic, right? Archaic. Okay. If you see that, it means, class, that the word is already obsolete, meaning um, no longer in use, or very few people are using that word. So if you look for the meaning of a certain word and then you find the word archaic with the meaning, it means that that word are seldom used or is seldom used nowadays. Okay, so those are some of our restrictive labels. There are still a lot more, but these are the things that I can share to you today. Okay, and then we have the last one. We have spelling. So spelling, it's important that you know the spelling of the word that you are looking for, or else you will have the difficulty of locating them in a dictionary. But it's not impossible. Okay, even if your spelling is incorrect, you can still find it in the dictionary in no time, just by sounding it. Okay, so while you are sounding the word, you might find words that are similar in sound and spelling with it, and then in no time you can find it in the dictionary. Okay, and if you're using an online dictionary, or a dictionary in your cell phone, then it's also, you cannot also find it. Okay, so you have to have the correct spelling. But if you're using the regular dictionary, then by sounding the word, you can locate the word. Okay, because your tendency is to look for words that have almost the same sound as the first few syllables, or first letters of the word that you're looking for. Okay, now those are for the dictionary, class, and this is an example of all those things that I said. Okay, the sample dictionary entry. So we have the guide words on the upper left and upper right. Again, first word that you see on this page and the last word that you see on this page. Then the word entry, which is in boldface. Then we have the parts of speech, although this is not abbreviated. Pronunciation is also written there. Restrictive label is written there. We have countable and British. Then we have the meaning of the word. Sometimes we have illustrative sentences, meaning we are given sample sentences as to how we are going to use the word in a sentence. Okay? So those are things that you should know about the dictionary. And there's also what we call etymology. It's the origin of the word. Okay? Where the word came from, or in which region was it first used, where it originated. Okay? That's the etymology of the word. And you can also find that in a dictionary. Now, moving on, Thesaurus. So what is the Thesaurus? The Thesaurus class is the best place if you're looking for synonyms and antonyms. Okay? Some say that the Thesaurus is the opposite of dictionary. Okay? Some say that the Thesaurus is the opposite of the dictionary. Why? Because you go to the dictionary when you know the word, but you need the definition. Like what we said a while ago, if you are looking for the meaning of the word, then you go to the dictionary. But in the Thesaurus, you go to the Thesaurus when you know the definition, but you need the word. Okay? You know its meaning, but it's not the appropriate word that you need for your sentence. So you have to find the correct term. And where do you go? If that's the case, you go to the Thesaurus. Why? It's because it's the book that will give you its synonyms. So you have a lot of words to choose from. And finally, you can find the most appropriate word for your sentence. Okay? So this is an example of the Thesaurus entry. Okay, the same, you have the guide words, you have the word entry, there's the parts of speech also, you are given one meaning of course, and then here is what's going to solve your problem in locating the best word for a sentence, okay? Or for the best word to use in your sentence. So the synonyms. And if you're looking for the opposite meaning, then you also have the antonyms written in the thesaurus. Now, for the last part, we have using the internet. Okay? Most of us are using this already. When we cannot find when we find an unfamiliar word, where do you look for the answer, class? Or where do you look for the meaning? Honestly, do you grab the dictionary?
Google po.
Okay, that's true. Okay, very good, Raymark, for telling the truth, and the others also who are typing in our chat box. We use Google, okay, and I'm also guilty with that. Okay, I don't want to browse my book anymore. I want to just type it in Google, okay, and it's really handy because we have it in our cell phone, right? But what if we don't have the internet? Okay, and we really need a certain, we don't have the internet connection at the moment, and we really need a word to be defined. Okay, the thing is, you still need a dictionary. Now, if you don't want to have a book with you, you can download the app. Okay, do you have dictionary applications on your cell phone?
Merriam-Webster, ma'am.
In your cell phone? Raymark, is that in your cell phone? Okay, yes. Offline dictionary, right? Most of us are using the Merriam-Webster dictionary in our phone. Some are using Oxford. Okay? But what's important is we have a dictionary. Okay? Because we don't know when we are going to encounter an unfamiliar word, and we have to define them so that we can understand. Okay? So we need the dictionary. Okay? So you use the internet. Okay? We use the World Wide Web. We use the Google. Okay? And again, we download the dictionary app.